G'day guys, and welcome back to another Dreadful Vape review. Today's review was brought to you by one of my Patreon supporters by sending me his Aspire Mixx for review. So thank you, Mr. Shane, for lending this one to me, letting me hold on to that for a little while. I really appreciate the support and being able to have more things to review. So that's for all of my Patreon supporters. Now, the Aspire Mixx is brought to you by, obviously, Aspire and an Italian high-end company called Sunbox. They got together and collaborated on a high-end style device made in China to bring elegance and quality to a more affordable market. And they came up with this amazing little side-by-side banger. So we do see that it has the 21700, the 18650 tube running down the side, and it also has an extension or extension or decrease. It has a different tube that you can put on to put an 18350 battery in there. So it shrinks this down to the same level as this here and makes it a small, tiny little pocket banger. So it's one of those customizable things. You can run it how you want it and make it your own, which is fantastic. So there it is. The screen on the bottom, nice adjustments on the side, and a nice recessed fire button. Comfortable, solid quality build, all premium products. I love it. I absolutely love it. So once again, thank you, Shane. But that's enough waffling on up the top here. Let's get down to business. Let's inspect a gadget. Alrighty guys, here is the packaging. The Mixx from Aspire comes in, designed by Sunbox, as you can see there. Nothing on the sides, but on the back is a small contents and description. On the box, we've got all of those bits and pieces too. The packaging for this is just fantastic. Like the quality of the box, I really like what they've done with this. Prestige Aspire engineering. Nice easy box to open. And once again, the Aspire Prestige engineering. We have all of our information cards in here on what looks like a nice aged paper. I think this is a really, really nice touch. It's got all of our bits and pieces. If you would like to pause on that and have a further read, please do so. Yeah, I really, really like the entire presentation of this box. Then this is where our Mixx lives. A small tab there to pull that, and that exposes the additional tube for the 18350 battery and the screws used to attach that one. We'll do a swap over of that one shortly, but let's have a look at the device. This is the Mixx in matte black and stainless steel. I believe this is the tuxedo version. And there we go. An all-round look at that. Nice deep engravings there. The Mixx branding. And just a beautifully designed device. Let's take the tank off real quick. You recognize this tank from my previous video, the Cree 24 RTA that I recorded just moments ago. So we have our fire button on the side and then our positive and negative buttons here. So at the moment we do have this in a voltage mode. And that's just going to adjust all the way up to 8.2 volts. Oh, 8.4 volts. And then that round robins down to 0.5. So there's a lot of voltage adjustment in there. And it scrolls quite quickly. To change modes, you'll press your positive button and fire button at the same time. And now that's gone into bypass mode. We can tell by this little B here, and then it will show your applied voltage and the wattage and amperage there. Hold it again, goes into direct wattage mode. If you hold it down, it will adjust in 1 watt increments, or if you just click it, 0.1 watt increments. And it does scroll quite fast, all the way up to 60 watts, and round robins once again back down to 1. So that's a really, really nice feature there. If we hold it down again, it goes back to our voltage mode. So that's the basic menu system for that. Really basic, really easy to use. Now if we hold our fire button and negative button together, that's going to lock the wattage or voltage adjustments. You're not going to be able to change those at all. So we'll go negative and fire. That will unlock it. Now if we click it 3 times, that's just going to go into a standby mode. It's just going to turn the screen off, so that screen doesn't use any power. 1, 2, 3 to turn it back on, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's going to lock the whole system. And to turn the device off, if we just hold that down, now it's locked, it will switch the system off. So it looks nice, it feels nice, it works really, really well. 5 times on, aspire, and then it will go back to the previous setting that it was in. Let's have a quick look at that in the shortened 18350 mode. Alrighty, here is the 18350 mode for the Mixx, and it's just so small. We'll pop the Cree back on here. And just sitting in the hand so nicely. I really, really like this whole short mode. Nice, easy battery cap to remove. Okay, we'll throw a battery in there. So you've got your big positive down the bottom. And on the bottom of the button is, you know, it's quite subtle, but there is the negative there. So of course, battery down. I always thread it backwards a couple of times just to line up the threads. Have that fall into the correct thread pattern. And voila, there we go. And it's straight into where it needs to be. Holy dooly. I love it. All right, guys, let's head back up top and I'll let you know what I think. Alrighty, guys, welcome back up top. That was the Aspire / Sunbox Mixx. Let me know in the comments what you think of the up and close, the Inspector Gadget time on the device. Pros and cons. Let's start with the pros, because really I don't think there are any cons for me on this device at all. The build quality, the size, the weight, the way that the buttons are laid out, the screen layout, the menu system, it's all very easy to use. It's very comfortable to use. Tank sizes, the adjustments that you can make for the side tube and battery options. There's really not a hell of a lot that I don't like. There's nothing that I don't like about the Mixx. Pros, let's talk about the pros. The top cap, the threading for the battery cap on this one, the threading for the tube, everything just feels nice and smooth. The buttons feel nice, they're reasonably clicky and tactile. You feel the response from them. There's no play in any of them, so that's definitely a pro. You can shake it around and there's no rattling from the device. The screen is recessed, so you know, you're not going to scratch up the screen unless you're putting it down in a bag of nails or something. The quality of all of the bolts and screws and everything that hold the device together, everything is a pro. So, yay or nay? What do you say? It's a yay. I'm definitely going to recommend this to absolutely anyone that wants to get a small side-by-side mod. Yeah, the wattage controls, the adjustability, it's definitely suited for someone that's going to be a mouth-to-lung vapor or a single coil restricted direct lung style vapor. You could pop a dual coil on there if you wanted. Yeah, it's a yay. Buy it. Go ahead. Dare you. Buy it. That's enough of that garbage. Look, guys, thank you so much, Shane, for sending this to me and letting me review that. I really appreciate the trust from my Patreon supporters to use their money wisely and also look after their devices for them. I am an independent channel, so using this help from Patreon is a huge, huge help. So if you want to become a member of my Patreon group, hit the link down below in the description and then just donate what you feel is comfortable. There's a few different tiers. You all get the same thing in return, and that's just a big, big thank you from me. I am an independent reviewer, so all the likes, shares, and subscribes do help my channel move along on the YouTube platform, so please do all of those bits and pieces. And once again, as always, thanks for watching. Keep on vaping. We'll see you all soon. All right, just a little quick update. The only con that I have for the Mixx is the fact that there is no tool included in the box to change over from the 18650 down to the 18350. There's no little Allen key or anything like that. So make sure that you do have one of those in your toolkit, and then you'll be fine to make those changes. Only criticism, add the tool. All right, guys, thanks very much.